All right. So as normal, how we start this thing, we send out the link. So we take the first few minutes when we start to do so. So we send you all some nice tunes in the meantime. So right now we can start off with this tune here. So we're back here again. Y'all know Phoenix is in the building.
Good night, everybody.
Mixed
How are
Masterminds
you
in the
all doing
building.
tonight?
We in here. How you doing, Phoenix?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good, you know. The first show was crazy. Lots of people
A
were
lot of
messaging me. A lot of people were scared. I don't know to see it already, but they're
a
scared to
lot of
message
people
me.
were pleased. Those who saw were pleased with what they saw. They were excited for more,
You know,
and
you
I'm
know,
excited to bring more.
the Bajans, we turn up the thing. We ain't scared. We ain't scared, you know. So tonight, we gonna get right into the show. Tonight, it's all about the first kiss. The first kiss. When you get into somebody and you decide to move in for the kiss. I can't. I was trying to remember my first kiss before we start the show today, and I
You can't
can't.
remember
I
your
can't
first kiss?
remember that. Probably a
That
nerd.
means it wasn't that memorable.
All right, first like, kitty kiss or like adult or whatever kiss. Which one?
Um,
Cause kitty kiss probably would have been the girl at nursery.
exactly. You
Yeah,
couldn't even remember that.
I could remember her name. Her name was Riva Martin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
uh,
don't know if we kissed, but that was my nursery girlfriend. I remember
my
that part.
first kiss would have been in high school. I can remember where it was. Um, yeah, and it was all right.
Uh,
Wasn't anything to write home about, but
all right, so now we get older and everything, and we start to think about these things deep down because before we never used to think about these things. So now, as we really process these things like the kiss and stuff like that, when do you think is the best time to have that kiss?
The ideal answer and the correct answer would be when the mood hits. However, it's a you would have to first and foremost you would have to know even if that is even something that's an option because not everybody likes people in their personal space like that. Like they might go on a date with you, but then at the end of the night they it'll be like okay bye, and even after like 2 or 3 dates it might still be like okay bye. So it's a I want to say it's a vibe, it's a feeling.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you'll be sitting there, you'll be talking to the person, and like, I'm not trying to sound corny, but, you'll be talking to them, and you'll be looking at them, and they'll be looking at you, and then it'll just be like, like they'll give you the look from like your eyes to your lips back to your eyes. Like, that's a definite sign to lean in for it. Um,
So what
but,
happened if the person has some like garlic bread or something, some sardines, you know what I mean?
uh,
Would it
well,
would it
I
ruin the
mean,
mood
you're
or
only
it doesn't
human,
matter?
so you're only human. So if you go in to kiss somebody and your breath ain't smelling all that sharp, the person's gonna automatically recoil. Now, whether or not they play it off by saying, oh, it's a little too soon, because it is really not that easy to tell somebody, you're breasting. You some of us barely could tell our friends that. So imagine telling somebody, I don't even think like down the line you'd even tell them. Like,
Like
so
like for example, I had this situation, I it wasn't um noticeable to me, but my ex-wife used to tell me, "Oh, your breast smell, your breast smell," right? To me,
mhm,
I didn't think anything about it because it wasn't really, you know what I mean, picking it up
mhm.
like that. But then I started to get like toothache real bad. I went to the dentist, you know what I mean, and it
Mm.
it was that I had like to get a root canal, so that's where it was coming from. You know what I mean? But I wasn't really picking up on that. To be honest, I didn't even smell it. To be honest,
Well,
is
here's
it's
the
only
thing.
it's only now like when you floss, you could pick it up on the floss when you floss. Like now it's flossing and stuff. But back when I was younger, I never used to floss. So
Well, here's one thing I noticed here. A lot of people don't really take care of their teeth. They don't really study, their dental health. And I understand, like, sometimes because it can be expensive just to go just for a regular cleaning.
yeah.
So I get that. But what I would put out there is not only for your own health, also for the health of your partner. Like if you're a fella and you like to go down, you know, your bad oral hygiene can have a negative effect on your partner. And then she will end up, probably with like bacterial vaginosis or like, a yeast infection or some foolishness. And you wouldn't think that it's because you have bad oral hygiene. So yeah, like that's a flossing,
Hmm.
brushing your teeth on a regular flossing, and drinking lots of water. You
Drinking
gotta
water.
drink a lot of water. You gotta have a lot of fluids. Like make sure that you hydrate yourself so that it's less likely that you're gonna be kicking
Hmm.
before you kiss, kind of thing.
Well, for me, what I would say would be the best time to go in for the kiss would be like when both people feeling it, or eh, you just gotta risk it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, in having relations with somebody, eh, is a lot of risk in it. Because you like a
Yep.
lot of people don't talk about how they're feeling or like you know what I mean, what they're
Mhm.
about, and you wouldn't know unless you chance it. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people who afraid of rejection and probably will never take the risk. And then there's some people who waiting for somebody to take a risk, and then go and tell a friend, "Oh, yeah, I was waiting for you to kiss me ever since. You never even kissed me." But you know what I mean? Like you never say nothing, so really and truly, you never do nothing either.
It it is a risk. It is a risk. But I mean, like I said, if the person is feeling you, then you know it comes naturally, right?
Uh huh.
Don't it goes back to like last week when you were saying like how sometimes like when a fella meets a woman like he has expectations. So a lot of times our expectations are what get us, you know, at the shitty end of the stick because we have unrealistic expectations without communication. So, you might meet someone and they may not be about like intimacy or whatnot. Like they might just enjoy you as a friend. And
Mm-hmm.
you go in and kiss them and they back up. How you respond afterwards will play a part in whether or not you'll still be friends, or if like if you act like an asshole and be like oh well I thought you wanted to be with me, or I thought or you're just a tease or whatever, then that would spoil the vibe and whatnot. But like yeah, definitely you can tell by like body language, like if the person is like coming a little closer to you, or even if they're not, because sometimes you might see them in a certain light and they might look so like, oh, and you just want to go off and give them a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a risk you have to take. Now, they might respond and be like, yay.
It is really a hit or miss, and for the people who like really fear the rejection, it because, for example, when I was in high school in Brooklyn, right, I
Mm,
didn't go to the prom. My aunt was gonna pay for everything for me to go to the prom, but I never went
mm.
because I said I'm not showing up a prom as a single person. I really didn't used to speak to anybody in the school, right? But
Yeah, you don't want that to be your legacy.
my boy tell me, yo, come and go to the after party, because he wanted to go to the after party. He didn't go to my school, but he I told him I got this party that I get invited to, and he was like, all right, come on and let me go to this after party, and I went to the after party, and the girl who was prom queen, she was like, how come you didn't come to the prom? I was like, cause I had a date. She's like, I didn't have a date. I would have gone with you. I was like,
Aw,
wow. I was
too
like,
late now.
wow.
I wish you would have told me that a couple of weeks ago.
And she was hot too. I mean, you could imagine because she was prom queen. But that's the thing about it. I really didn't used to talk to nobody in school, so I don't know who was feeling me from who wasn't. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
yeah, I missed out on that one. Yeah,
It is
but
a
I
risk.
got to bubble she that night though. Sure, she did bubble that night though, and that was it. Yeah.
See, the thing is like, as with anything, even just approaching somebody is a chance. Talking to them is a chance. It's always a chance. It's always a risk. Rejection plays a significant role in whether or not you would take that risk. I know for myself, and I know for like other people that have had bad experiences,
Mhm.
you tend to stick to what you know. You don't venture out. You don't try new things. You don't do the whole like meet and greet or like go off different places to meet people. And so it makes it a little more difficult. But at the same time, like then you're sitting home, you're like, oh, I wish I was doing this. Or you might be sitting home like looking at like pictures of couples on like Instagram and being like, oh, I wish I was doing this. So it is best to like it is good to take a chance, but that goes back to like how you feel about yourself, how confident you are with yourself.
Uh.
And like I was saying last week about like how the greater society, or even just our communities, how they make us feel.
Yeah.
Because, okay, culturally, here in Barbados, a certain look, a certain type of a look of a woman, whether in shape or color, might get a little more, I guess, forward than certain girls look, right? When you go to other places, that same look may not get you forward. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you have to, it's all about you. Like, it's all about whether or not, okay, like, do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, like, yeah, I'm the shit? Not, oh, I feel shitty.
I'm a
Like, yeah, I'm
tell
the
you,
shit.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. Like living in all these different countries I live in, it
Hmm.
like you see really a big cultural difference in everything. And like you see a big cultural difference with like how we move in Barbados, how the people move
Hmm.
here, how the people move in Cuba, how the people move in the States. Is a big difference. Okay.
Because even I talk to friends in the States and everything, and even talking to them about like possible dating or like how it is, even just, okay, for like a woman, a Asian woman, and
Mm-hmm.
I know many women who are watching this can relate. You look good, you're walking down the road. Most places, man, like, he might give you a little whistle, he might give you a little, hey, sweetie, but it's a level to it. In Barbados, a thin woman walks down the road, and you can hear everything from, I want you to have my kid, to, I want to eat you from the back. And, and I use that one because that actually happened to me a time. I was in Lower Broad Street and I was walking, and this man like walked up behind me and he was like, "I want to eat you from the back," and I was just like, "The fuck." Like, that was my immediate reaction, was like, "The fuck," and I'm walking on the road, like I'm like, it's over by Chapette, right?
The
And so he
the
was
dogs
like,
boxy was brawling.
he not, but I don't even understand. Like, he just said that and he just kept walking, and I was just like, ew, like that's so ew, and it's just that type of like brashness that goes to like the cultural difference as far as like what you would accept or what you wouldn't accept, or what you is that's not the way to go, people. Please, that is not the way to go. Like, drive by compliment is not the way to
Mm.
go. Like, if you want a woman, if that's your vibe, if that's what you want to, if that's how you feel, um, if you don't know her, keep it to yourself. If you do know her,
Yeah.
find a nice way to tell her. Don't walk by and be like, girl,
All
you
right,
are so
Phoenix.
front back. I
We
want to bend you over and eat you from the back. Yo, I want to see you. Like, I mean, because here's a crazy thing, right? In the grand scheme of things, if that's somebody that you're cool with and thing, like, that might actually work. But it's not. That's not the bait to go fishing with. Is what I'm trying to say. You
sure.
know.
Well,
And
Phoenix,
and then,
we got Amanda who in Canada who just come in.
hey,
So
Amanda,
we could get Amanda feedback on this topic too.
I see the
Amanda,
chat.
you need to unmute
Hi.
yourself. Yeah. So Amanda, what you feel about this? Like being approached. Well, it was first we started off a first kiss, but what you think about people approaching you to talk to you? Was the best way to go about it?
I'm usually not approachable, so unless you have coffee.
I like you. Rest in bitch
So
face all day, every day.
if a guy looking nice, you find he attractive, right? He can approach you and ask you to like go to Tim Hardens.
I don't really do relationships. I mean, like I am one in now. Like man was very sweet. very persistent, and he would not take no for an answer. But no, I don't
So
know.
how did you manage? How did he manage to get
He,
your interest or
he
your
he
attention?
was
If
persistent, so
He was very
he
persistent.
probably was standing outside the window playing the guitar in a speedo.
No, like he messaged me the one day. He's like, "Can we go on a date?" And I'm like, "No, thank you."
aw, the nice gentle letdown.
No, thank you. And then he's like, "I'd really like to see you." I'm like, "That's too bad."
You see, you see, she situation. She is the bad boy, and the guy going after she, right? You know, the girls go
But
after the
that
bad boy. She's the bad boy.
I like that.
Yeah, I wasn't nice. And then he's like, "You look too nice not to go anywhere. So where am I taking you?" I'm like, "Home."
And this was over the course of how many days?
Rejection.
Or we?
Like a month.
Oh, okay. There we go. You
Yeah.
really? And how long have you been together?
It's been about a month now.
How
Not
many
bad.
dates you went on?
Yeah, so he was the longest chaser I've ever had.
So
Aw.
how many dates you went on so far?
To the point you could tell him no, thank you, and he's like, "Okay, I'll check back later."
Oh, he's got you covered. Oh, he know.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
so
That's
the
like a Steve
question,
Parker. I'm
so the
wearing you
question
down.
is now, you had the first kiss already?
Yes.
Ah, so when was the good time for him to move in for that one? That you then say, okay,
Our very first, okay, the very first time he kissed me, I didn't kiss him back. I kind of just like,
rejection,
Oh,
rejection.
oh. So I
If it
understand.
was me, I
I
probably won't try
understand.
anymore. It would have been game
But she
over.
already said he was persistent. So I mean, he
Yeah,
got that far. So why not wait and try again for a kiss?
yeah.
Maybe she'll respond the next time.
I ain't that persistent.
he left the bar that we were at, got me coffee, came back, and I gave him a kiss for coffee.
you see, Canadians are nice.
Bring coffee for a kiss.
You get a kiss for coffee.
And he even called around to restaurants to see which served coffee.
Oh,
Oh
so he
wow.
didn't
Now that's him being attentive
Yes.
he didn't.
because he understands even with his persistence, he might get a little leeway if he presents you with coffee and might soften you up. So he has you covered. Well done.
You see, simple things like that. But me, I not that persistent. I would have given up ever since. I just like that.
Oh wow.
This
I
is key.
I'm reading the
that
chat.
comments too much to read, so you can read them and get back to me on that. Big up everybody in the
Yeah.
chat room. You know, we like that y'all here keeping the thing active.
Someone
I appreciate Amanda coming through today and keeping this thing active. So now we got a Bajan perspective and then we got a Canadian perspective and we getting down to the nitty gritty, you know, these relationship things. But Amanda, she's an interesting one. Yeah.
Amanda, your I'm not approachable vibe, that's resonating with people. Like I have friends who yeah.
Yeah.
That's that's
Yeah.
that's the Bajan way. That's the Bajan way, you
Yeah.
know. Cause you would go to a Bajan woman, you come up to she and she look at you like,
Why are you
oh,
talking to me?
yeah,
Why are you a
yeah,
nice thing?
and walk off type
Don't let
thing.
it be the Bulgarian headphones. It's like, sir, are you fine? Like, this is what's going on. I'm not. I didn't come into the world. I didn't step out in public to interact with you. I stepped out to do what I have to do and go on about my business. So yeah.
I love it. Going to bars, people are like, "Can I buy you a drink?" I'm like, "No, thank you." And then still
You're
like,
so polite about it.
but that's my nice way of being like, "Can you fuck off now?" I even scrunch up my face when I do the no, thank you, and they're like, "Oh, come on," and I'm like, "No, I have my own money. I'm good."
See now, I've been told differently that I'm harsh and God, it's so nice to have a kindred spirit.
What?
It's so nice to have a kindred spirit because you can't always be super friendly. Because weirdly enough, just being nice and saying hi and have a friendly conversation can lead down to a rabbit hole of fuckery. So it's just like
They get
sometimes
the
it's
wrong
best just
impression.
to be like, no. Yeah, like I was just saying hi. That's it. Like hello, and I'm continuing to walk. I did not want to possibly want to date you, or maybe I do, but not
I
really.
can't complain because I am a result of a wrong number phone call. Because story be it, my dad called the wrong number and that's how he meet my mother. So
You need to explain a lot more than my dad made a wrong number, and that's how I came to be. Like,
that's how I get the story. The story went down like that. You understand?
Okay, that's the bottom line, but like, how did it go from
there's a
there?
couple things
I
that
didn't
happened in
ask
between.
any details. As far as I know, there wasn't in a relationship. Yeah, she was pregnant and on the chase. Yeah. Proud result here. Party Block
What,
TV.
wait, so was that a purposeful wrong number, or was that an
No,
unacceptable?
I think he really made a mistake.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
because I purposely, accidentally messaged people
Purposely, accidentally. How you get that one work out?
I
because I purposely
purposely
messaged you,
Uh-huh.
but depending on your response, it was an accident.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
gosh.
it's word. It's word.
All right. I guess sure that well, we already move on from the first kiss thing. So we are going to this thing here now that I seen online. You ever watch this show? It's called what the hell is it called now? It's called Naked Dating? That what it's called?
Say that again.
It's called Naked Dating? No, Naked Attraction. It's an English
Oh,
it's an English
no,
show. So
they have all the
you go on the
English shows.
show and they got must be about 6 people. You understand? And then they
Hmm.
pull up the thing and then you see like the vagina or the penis and then the person just tell the host what they think about it if they're interested and then they it goes up then you see the boobs whatever and then you tell the person the host what they think about it and then it goes up to the face you see the person right so now
Hmm.
the thing about that is you already see the person naked so you already cut that line right
Hmm.
it the awkwardness about that part you know what I'm saying? Cause the
yeah,
person, yeah, cause you already see the person naked.
that's not awkward.
When you first meet somebody, right? You don't see them naked. You
Listen, I
understand?
see a lot
I
of naked
mean,
people daily, so like nakedness doesn't
Well,
what
absolutely jack to me.
what environment are you in where you see a lot of naked people?
Healthcare.
That type of naked people. Okay.
but yeah, now if you see that all the time, well, that's different. But people see porn too all the time, so you know
Like, what
that's
if you
like
meet a
different.
woman at the strip club?
Huh?
You meet her naked.
Yeah, but you're not gonna date a stripper like me. I can't date a stripper. Me personally.
Why not?
I can't because it's too much for me. I can't date a
Hmm?
stripper. It's too much for me.
Hmm.
I can't date
He has.
one. Like,
It's one of those possessive. I don't want anybody else to see you naked.
no,
Or
that's
you're
not the
possessive.
reason. That's not the reason. I think it got a lot to do with like how we grow in Barbados. To be honest, like it ain't got nothing to do with people seeing naked, people touch it. It's just like I don't know. It's too much out there.
Uh-huh.
But you see,
Huh?
that's why I dub Barbados as a very hypocritically religious society.
Yeah, it is
Because
very
on
religious.
one hand, on one hand, right, it is walk into government building with your chest covered and your arms covered and no short skirts. And when you read the mandates, the majority of them, like if it's 10 mandates, two of them regard fellas. All the rest regard women, right?
Yeah.
But yet we're the same society that'll be like, okay, crop over, let your hair down, we gotta be able to celebrate, we gotta be able to joke down and wine and all of that stuff. So it's just like, where's the balance?
The
Because
balance is money. You didn't see? Crop over is money. Crop over is how they
well,
get
yeah,
money.
because I've yeah. But you see, like, and when you do try to think outside the box, even just in relation to just like dress or even something as simple as piercings or tattoos, you know, or even something, okay, I'll use music. Even something like smoking in public as a woman. 50 million people, well, the whole of Barbados is going to want to come down on your throat and be like, you shouldn't do that. And like, they want to tell you what to do. But Bajans are very much they don't like malicious people. You like to be malicious, but you don't like malicious people. You don't like people in your business. And it's not, so, you know,
Yeah, but
you
could
understand.
you all
But it's like,
could you all date a stripper?
Yeah,
I date a stripper, of course. I
I know
mean,
one.
is there anyone that's out there that's a stripper? I'll date you. If
Right?
it's okay, like a male stripper,
Yeah, a male
or
stripper. It is
yeah.
yeah.
Well, see, here's okay. Now here's the thing. Here, no. Here's the thing, right? I think, for the most part, male strippers are corny. So I don't know if I would date a male stripper because the ones that I see,
Live ones. Whenever you come down here, I'll hook you up.
oh, with the nice ones, okay,
Be like
yeah.
Magic Mike show.
I like, no, I don't want that. I want like, but man, okay. I think what's corny for me is how some women respond to the strippers. But I don't mind. You can shake it. I don't mind. Shake what your parents blessed you with for some coins. Yeah, shake it for some coins.
Like
I
for example, we went to Vegas, right?
oh jeez.
And the strippers,
It's
the
a
women was
safe
at the
place,
bottom.
Vegas.
Huh?
It's
That sounds
supposed
like
to
heaven
be.
already.
we went to the strippers at the bottom, which was the women, and I had male strippers at the top, right? So we in the women's strippers section now, and I hear telling myself, this Vegas very whack because these women ain't getting naked or anything in this strip club. I used to like being in Atlanta and the thing turned up. You know what I mean? So then I was like, screw this. So I tell Lucy, let me go upstairs so that she could like enjoy herself. You know what I mean? We got up there and she in saying she ain't into it. I got a whole pocket full of ones, dread. Tell again this woman to turn up for herself, and she said that she into it. So I was like, yo,
Oh.
I don't know.
Well,
For strip clubs,
I would
Vegas is not it.
I,
Atlanta's the
I
spot.
would I would love to experience a proper strip club.
Atlanta.
Uh,
Go Atlanta,
I,
dread.
I've been to the strip clubs here, and at one point in time, I did actually like say boo, but the music was on, so she couldn't hear because
Listen,
I was very annoyed because I paid to come into the strip club to see
Tits and ass.
yeah, like movement, even movement, movement. This there was the mirror and there was the pool, and she was just like la di da di da, and I was just like, the fuck,
that's the
like.
one. That's the one in town, like down by the nation.
Oh my god! But yeah, it really was actually. So then I went
they
to the one that was not in town,
they got soup. They
and
got good soup down there, though. Real thing.
yeah, the concession stand is nice. They got good
Yeah.
food. Strippers not. But the other one I went to, that was fun. I like if I'm gonna go to a strip club, I want you to move. I want you to dance. I want you to my thing about strippers is that you're supposed to sell me the dream that you're dancing for me and me alone.
Mm-hmm.
You want the
And
energy.
right. And it was just like there was one girl, I remember her name. And I like when I went to the strip club and I came back and I like messaged a bunch of people. It's like I think I fell in love with this stripper. This woman was so beautiful. I
She's
was
in
like, God
love with
damn.
a stripper.
Like and I mean like normally if I'm gonna like say like, oh, a woman is attractive, it would not have been her in any way, shape, or form. However, she worked the pool, she worked the floor, therefore she earned her coin. And I appreciated it.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Like, you
It
go
brought
to
you the energy, the
Listen,
light
yeah.
that you were looking for.
I
You
I
don't
went
wanna be at the strip club talking about boo,
I
girl,
went to
girl.
Atlanta, right? And I was walking on at least minimum $100,000. That's how crazy Atlanta is.
For what?
That was what was on the floor from when they hit the ceiling with all the money. The people was just hitting the ceiling with money, 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 money. When it finished, these women was picking up the money with garbage
See,
bags after
that can't
garbage.
happen here because these and you wanna know what's crazy? I actually there was supposed to be a strip or it had opened in town or something. But anyway, something happened and I had called to ask them if they were open. So I had made mention about like how like, I don't like that the girls don't have a lot of energy. And the owner of this said club was like, "Oh, the girls are real lazy and da 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 da." I'm like, "That's your money. Like that's your investment. So why are you not enticing them to do better so that they bring in more people and like I didn't
You
understand that
wanna
mentality.
you wanna know the problem is with the strip clubs in Barbados? They get the undocumented to come in and strip. So the people will come in on vacation and the strip,
Yeah, they come in.
and then they don't
Yeah,
want to
they
leave
come. It's
Barbados because they
rotating.
see how nice Barbados is still. You know what I mean? The money
Plus, it's
nice.
not a lot of local. That goes back to the whole stigma stuff because there aren't a lot of local strippers, and obviously
A lot of people don't
there
want to see
wouldn't be.
local strippers anyway.
Well, I don't think it's that people don't want to see. I think it's that women would like to be able to walk around town and not have someone mix business with pleasure.
Well, for me,
Like
if I go in a strip
Never
club,
strip in your own city.
for me, if I go
mhm.
in a strip club, I will more. If it was between the Bajan thing or the Latin thing, I would want to see the Latin thing. That's just me.
I think you're underselling Asian, so I really do because I think that a lot of Asian women would do very well in strip clubs and Asian men, actually. But the stigma around that, the
That
stigma
breaking down
around
now though.
the stigma, even just with like dancing sexy, because people are so quick to just assume, okay, well, if she's walking up on or she's stripping, that means that
She's
when she
selling
gets
it.
outside, I could harass her, or that means that she's easy, or that means she's a bad parent if she's a mother, or that means that it's a whole pile of stupidness. And because Barbados is such a closed-minded society, that doesn't allow for growth and expansion when it comes to things like that. Like, okay, take away strippers. Look at like something as simple as like OnlyFans. Or hell, let's not even go to OnlyFans. Look at videos, random WhatsApp videos of porn, right? And I put porn in quotes because it's always the same fucking position. So I don't know. Back, back shot, variations of back shot. Put it that way, right? And it's just like if a girl's face is seen, and mind you, 9 out of 10 times, if we are seeing the video, it's usually not because she put it out there anyway, and people don't have the common decency or respect to say, well, I don't think she put that out there, So if I see her in public, I probably shouldn't say certain things to her, right? But people are people and they do what they do. So, and even like, unless you're a person like Natalie, who has that type of personality, who's
That don't care.
genuinely like, fuck the public, going and coming, she don't give a fuck, you will not be able to do that type of shit. And it's kind of sad because it stifles creativity in Barbados, as weird as that sounds, because people don't want to be attached to certain things. You don't want to be known as the girl who, or like it's crazy. Like people talk, and but they're not really ready for that. Like like okay, look at how Bajans react to things that are outside the box. For example, when the uh fella came that was dressed as
The
the
horse.
dark horse. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, there was a lot of positive. There was way more positive responses than I thought, but that was after he was interacting and people got to see. When he first came out, people were like, "What the fuck? Like, what is that?" And then it also brought to light a person who was in the gay community who said, like, it's very interesting that Bajans are being open minded to this person, but when it comes to our own, we ain't allowing that.
There's a
We're
lot
not
of
gonna,
there's a lot of closet things happening in Barbados too. So
oh, trust me. If I told you the story last week of that, and I have like a bajillion stories under my belt, I know. Like, and it's funny because, for example, there was a situation in the news where, what was it? The woman ran away from the couple. Like, I think this was like last year
she
under
she she was
quarantine, and
a
was like,
she was a thing. She was a
yeah, she
hostage.
was she was a escort or something, and she like went to she went to join up with the couple, and whatever what happened, like she escaped or whatever. And it's just like people, as much as people want to be involved in these kinds of things, they're not ready. Look at how people react on like white collar crime. How people used to react to like Dear Dominus and stuff. Like, mind you, a lot of that stuff was kind of weird. So some of those responses were kind
Amanda,
of
what you think
appropriate.
about that bondage situation? Does you vibe? You get tired?
People are closed minded, and instead of generally like, oh, you like what you do for a living? Well, good for you. Who gives a shit? It's not your life to live, and they shouldn't be so quick to judge everybody.
Mhm.
But you
If
will
that person's comfortable with it, let them do what they got to
you
do.
you will get tired.
I don't know. I'll do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Maybe if she gets softened up with coffee, she might be more inclined to be like, huh, you can possibly
She
tie
come
one hand
she come home
to the
one day. She
the
just see
wall.
rope on the bed.
Yeah. You can tie one hand.
I've been tied up. I've been choked. Love it. I've
Oh,
even been
okay.
slapped with a belt, which Lord
you
knows
you
that
say
man
what?
probably should not have done it.
You
Okay,
get what?
define slap. Define slap. You mean like smacked across your ass?
All three of your children can hear you.
Oh shoot!
Now that, now mind peace. That's why I have in headphones,
Earphones,
right?
earphones.
That is why. You know what? That's also what happens in your life. And I'm glad that that happened because you're a parent and shit happens. As a parent,
Earphones.
shit happens. Like, how many times, like, do you get embarrassed? Do
Listen,
your
kids. This
kids
is how you came about.
embarrass you?
Oh,
Listen,
I don't
kids.
care.
This is how you came about, kids. You're a result of a
Yeah,
choker.
like maybe not in the way that I'm describing, but the end result resulted in you.
No, they need to learn things anyways. So
That's
The
hilarious.
birds and the bees are
Oh,
dead.
shit.
The birds and the bees are dead. Adam
But
and Eve and Cinderella.
okay, so that. How did you balance um dating with having, well, now that we all
Children.
know, having 3 kids? How did you balance dating?
um I paid babysitters for the most part.
Okay,
My
and
oldest
how?
is old enough now, so I
Mhm.
just give her money.
Hey, it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
Yeah, it's
So,
good.
but how long did before you introduced your children to whomever you were dating?
It varies.
Mhm.
Like for the most part, my children have not met my most recent, but I also haven't dated since my divorce. So I'm like,
So, in limbo.
yeah, one day.
Not
What?
today.
What? What?
She said Sunday, just not today.
Yeah.
So how? So for you, Marcus, like how long before? Because while you were dating, how long before you introduced
To my
your,
kids?
yeah, to your military?
Well, I get a lot of lash for that, yo. And I try not to get people involved with my children because eh, my children see quite a few women. So it's like, for my daughter, she pointed out, you know, and it's be hard. It's be really hard, to be honest. Like, I can't avoid it, but it is be hard.
They're not letting you be great. I could see it. See, it's almost that sort of time.
The
Wow.
thing don't tell me 10 minutes.
Sheesh. Or and I, wow.
10 minutes are upgrade. Well,
All
I
right.
only need an hour, so I don't really care. 10 minutes is great.
So my thing is with dating, we can use this here to get into next week because it's okay to say like um, seeing someone and being interested in someone and whatnot. But how did you like in the beginning? How would you like? How do you set up your boundaries? Like, do you let people know even without physically meeting your children? Do you let them know? Okay, well, this I have blah blah blah, and so you can call between certain times and whatnot, or like how do you
It's
work that?
is it's hard to like in order for me to do that, I would like gotta see the person every other week. And then the week that I got my kids. But being that I so busy, it hard to juggle them and then things. So I usually just mesh it together because when my kids come, it just be like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
See, I have my
I
kids
don't,
24/7, so
I
like
don't,
that happens.
yeah, I don't like, um, how would I say? I just try to limit it, I guess, but
Hmm.
I can't avoid it because I'd be like, yeah, because it's not to say like it's a if it was like a one night stand, that person won't see my children. But
What if it's a
eh,
consistent
yeah, if it's a consistent
one,
one night
or
stand,
like a friend with benefits? What if it's a friend with
Then it's a
benefits?
then
friend. They can come
then
over
don't
here.
last too long. Yo, a friends with benefit thing don't last too long because they get hypnotized by the cock, right? You know what I'm saying? And then
Listen,
they always
I don't
be
know what
there,
you're
right?
talking about. You can have friends with benefits forever.
I don't know
that
what you're
that don't
talking about.
happen. That don't
It's
work
not
with
when they
me.
got hypnotized.
That don't work.
Like
That don't
women
work
don't
for
have
me.
side niggas for like 10 and 15 years. But
That'll work.
okay.
That'll work for me. It'll start out like that, but it don't work for me.
Oh, they always
Yeah,
fall in love.
it,
Oh.
it don't work.
Because you're so sweet, Leslie.
I don't know
Oh.
about that part. I don't know about that part.
But that's funny.
I just be me. At the end of the day, just be me. Like my children gotta understand that the dad is their dad. Like I do,
Hmm.
you know. If I show my children one face and then say for example I was a gangster and I show my children that I ain't a gangster and then I get nabbed and then they see me in the paper or how I hear they gotta visit me in jail or something. eh, Like I fake it, then surprise them ain't make no sense. Straight up. If you're a gangster, tell your kids you're a gangster.
Oh, I see what's
Yeah,
going on.
yeah, she right. We was a one night stand. Yeah, we had sex on the first date.
Wait, what? I know some of that. I literally no, but you want to know what's funny? I went to scroll up, right, and the mouse is literally sitting right over that comment.
We had
We
sex
were
on the first
supposed
date.
to be.
I don't. I don't.
Oh, so the truth comes out. Oh,
I told her in the message I am gonna answer my door naked, and I did that.
oh yes, I remember this story. Yes, yes, yes. But for those that don't know, yes, do tell the story because it is a funny one.
It ain't no first kiss nor nothing. I don't even think we even kissed that whole time.
When you say you answered the door naked, what? I mean, there was kissing
Answered the
going
door
on.
naked, and then I was just sitting down on the bed, and we was talking small talk, and then I was like, "Yeah, let me get down to this thing."
Small talk, and you were naked.
Yeah.
What?
Well done. Well, well done for the restraint. That's
No, thank
funny.
you. I just
Five
walk in and
years.
get what I want,
Five
and I
years.
walk out.
I. I. That's funny. That's oh, that's so cute. That's such like a cute little like. That's not the
She,
story you tell your kids, but it's such a cute getting to
I
know.
know.
How did you meet? We met at the supermarket. It was so much fun.
Well,
We had,
I seen her before that. I seen her at the club, and then that's when we start talking on BlackBerry.
oh Jesus, on
And
BlackBerry.
yeah, it was back in then times, BlackBerry Messenger.
we'll see how
Yeah,
hot it is
you know,
tomorrow.
Mommy, but mommy did it.
yeah.
But now you see, it's well. I'm glad that she was in that. She said that in the chat for the simple fact that a lot of women don't really like to admit that they don't mind giving it up on the first date.
Well, it wasn't really much of a option. It's like you come to my house, that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, don't come to my house.
That really was a, but you know what? That proves, right? She said, what? I said, sweet Jesus, whatever. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did say sweet Jesus. A few times. But like that in itself was that was you because then we all got poor Lucy pranked. So yeah, that makes sense. She really did. She knew what she was walking into, but she really did.
No, she didn't. She did
Uh,
not know that
five
she.
5 years later, and it's only getting better. Like
She did not know that on her birthday, which followed after that she would have been running down the street naked.
What did you do to poor Lucy?
I told her that she had, since you're 40 years old, you gotta run down the street naked. So she had to run down the street naked.
She legit did it.
Yeah, in
Okay,
Guelph.
well,
this was like a back alley street at night, right?
Yeah,
no.
but my high beams was on her because I had to record it on my phone. And it was a cold
Wow.
night.
And that was how long
It
had
was
you all been
it was
how
a
long had
cold
you all
night.
been
It was a
dating?
cold night in January too.
A cold night in oh, it's nipply out. Oh. So how long had you all been dating before you
No.
That was like I don't even think we was official then. We was just
Oh, so
smashing.
Lucy just dove head first into the fuckery. Well done, well done. You found your match. Well done.
Oh
It is
shoot, we could get
wonderful
cut
to
off.
find your match.
We could get cut off.
All right, bye
So we
everybody.
gotta
Have a
wrap
good
up.
night.
This was a good show.
Bye.
Thanks everybody for coming out. I'm sorry that we had to cut it so fast, but they're telling me about upgrade and I ain't paying for this. Anyway, that was Bridging the
Next
Gap.
week Monday.
Big up Phoenix and Amanda. We love you guys. Very
Okay.
good show. See y'all
So
next
next week
Monday.
Monday, same time.
Next Monday, same time, 9 to 10
All
p.m.
right.
We
See
get
you
in
Okay.
then.
this. Bye.